Hi friends, welcome to today's video. Today, we are going to dive deep into the fascinating and powerful story of one of the most fierce forms of Lord Shiva. We are talking about Lord Kalabhairava. When we think of God, we usually think of peace, love and absolute calm. But Kalabhairava is completely different. He is fierce, he is terrifying, and he represents the absolute destruction of our ego and fear. To truly understand him, we first need to look at his very name. The word Kala means time, and it also means black or dark. The word Bhairava means someone who is terribly fearsome, but at the exact same time, he is the one who destroys all our inner fears. So, Kala Bhairava is the supreme master of time, who destroys our inner enemies like anger, greed, and the human ego. But how exactly did this powerful form of Lord Shiva come into existence? Let me tell you the great and ancient story of his birth. A long time ago, a huge debate started between Lord Brahma, the creator of the world, and Lord Vishnu, the preserver of the world. They were arguing constantly about who was the greatest and the most supreme god in the entire universe. The argument went on for a very long time, and neither of them was ready to step down. Finally, to find the ultimate truth, they went to the four holy Vedas. The Vedas are the ultimate source of knowledge, so they asked the Vedas to give a clear answer. The Vedas clearly gave their response. They declared that Lord Shiva is the ultimate truth of the universe, and he alone is the supreme power from whom everything begins. Lord Vishnu immediately understood this truth and accepted it with full respect. But Lord Brahma was completely blinded by his own ego. He had 5 heads at that time, and he used his 5th head to mock and insult Lord Shiva. Brahma proudly said that, since Shiva was originally born from his forehead, Shiva should worship him instead. This extreme arrogance of Lord Brahma disturbed the peaceful balance of the entire universe. Lord Shiva became very angry at this proud and insulting behavior. To teach Brahma a vital lesson in humility, a massive pillar of endless blazing fire suddenly appeared right in front of them. The fire reached high into the sky and deep into the earth. From that blazing fire, Lord Shiva created a terrifying and fierce warrior. This warrior was none other than Kalabhairava. Lord Shiva commanded Kalabhairava to punish Brahma for his great pride and arrogance. Following the command immediately, Kalabhairava moved with lightning speed. He used just the nail of his left thumb and simply cut off the 5th head of Lord Brahma. With just this one powerful action, Brahma's massive ego was completely destroyed and he finally realized his big mistake. However, the story does not end there. Cutting off Brahma's head was a very serious act. It brought upon Kalabhairava the greatest cosmic sin, known as Brahmahatya, which means the heavy sin of killing a Brahmin. Because of the universal law of karma, everyone must face the consequences of their actions, even the divine forms. The severed head of Lord Brahma got firmly stuck to Kalabhairava's left hand. Lord Shiva ordered his fierce creation to wander across the whole universe as a homeless beggar. He had to use that stuck skull as his begging bowl to ask for food. To make sure the punishment was strictly followed, Lord Shiva also created a terrifying demoness named Brahmahatya to constantly chase Kalabhairava wherever he went. So, the great Kalabhairava roamed endlessly through all the different worlds, traveling through heaven, earth and the skies. He visited many holy places and met many gods, but the skull simply would not come off his hand. Finally, his long and tiring journey brought him to the holy boundaries of Kashi, the sacred city we now call Varanasi. Lord Shiva had made a strict rule that the demoness of sin could not enter the pure and holy city of Kashi. So, as soon as Kalabhairava stepped his foot onto the holy ground of Kashi, the demoness screamed loudly and disappeared into the deep underworld. At that exact magical moment, the skull of Brahma finally detached from his hand and fell to the ground. Kalabhairava was finally free from the heavy burden of his sin. Lord Shiva was very pleased with his penance and appointed Kalabhairava as the ultimate guardian and the chief protector of Kashi. Now, you might wonder why he is so famously called the Conqueror of Time. Time is the one thing that eats away everything in this world. Every physical thing, every grand empire and every human life is heavily controlled by the ticking clock of time. By mastering time, Kalabhairava teaches us to live entirely in the present moment, completely free from the heavy regrets of yesterday and the anxious worries of tomorrow. In the spiritual world, he uses his absolute control over time to grant ultimate liberation to human souls. Let me explain this with a fascinating and powerful process called Bhairavi Yatana. Lord Shiva made a great promise that anyone who leaves their physical body in the holy city of Kashi will surely get Moksha, which means absolute freedom from the endless cycle of birth and death. But this promise created a big cosmic problem. What if bad people deliberately go to Kashi just to escape the fair punishment for their bad karmas? To perfectly balance cosmic justice, Kalabhairava steps in at the exact moment of a person's death. He uses his power to speed up time for that dying person. In just a single microsecond, he makes that person vividly go through all the pain, suffering, and consequences of their many past lives. Because this intense experience happens in a tiny fraction of a second, the pain is incredibly extreme, but it ends extremely quickly. This intense flash of suffering completely wipes the person's soul perfectly clean. It acts exactly like a cosmic fire that burns away all their past sins and bad karma. After that single flashing moment, absolutely nothing of their past remains, and their pure soul is finally ready to merge with the divine. So, even though Kalabhairava seems terrifying on the outside, his actions are actually full of deep kindness because he actively shortens our suffering and gives us ultimate spiritual freedom. Another very interesting and unique thing about Lord Kalabhairava is his daily companion. He does not ride a grand lion, a beautiful peacock, or a powerful bull. Instead, his divine vehicle is a simple black dog. In ancient society, dogs were usually seen as impure street animals that wandered around the dirty boundaries of human villages. But by choosing a dog as his noble vehicle, Kalabhairava gives all of us a beautiful and profound message. He clearly shows that the divine energy exists in absolutely every single creature, even in those that society completely ignores or rejects. Spiritually, the four legs of his dog represent the four holy Vedas, the ancient texts of wisdom. This means that true, living knowledge is not just found inside closed, dusty books, but it walks with you daily as a living, breathing reality. Furthermore, dogs are famous for their sharp alertness, their fierce loyalty to their master, and their beautiful ability to live completely in the present moment. A dog does not sit and worry about the deep past, nor does it stress about the distant future. In the old Vedic language, the word for dog is Shvana. Shva means yesterday or tomorrow, and Na means no or not. So the dog beautifully represents the state of mind where there is no yesterday and no tomorrow, only the pure and beautiful present moment. By riding the dog, Kalabhairava tells us to stay alert, stay loyal to the truth, and stay fully awake in the present reality. People strongly believe that feeding black dogs is a direct and simple way to please Kalabhairava and gently clear away obstacles and bad luck from their lives. Lord Kalabhairava is the supreme ruler of time and the greatest protector of the innocent. But his powerful cosmic energy is so vast and limitless that it powerfully expands into many other amazing forms to protect the entire universe from all possible directions. Specifically, there are 8 main forms of this great deity, and they are together known as the Ashta Bhairavas. Each of these 8 unique Bhairavas closely guards a different direction of the world, rides a totally different animal, and grants very special blessings to people who sincerely seek their divine help. But we will dive much deeper into this topic and we will know more about them, the amazing Ashta Bhairavas, in future videos like this one. For today, let us quietly remember Lord Kalabhairava as the fierce but kind guardian who destroys our false ego, gently wipes away our deepest fears, and safely guides our soul toward the eternal light. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this divine story today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories and spiritual knowledge. Thanks for watching. Om Namah Shivaya.